They have been the victims of an unprovoked, unjustified, unlawful aggression by the Russian leadership and the Russian regime. And this is the first word that comes to mind. And our thoughts are with our Ukrainian friends in these very difficult moments. But we need to act, and we are acting with great resolve. Not only us, the European Union, but together with partners like the United Kingdom or the United States or Canada, Australia, Japan and beyond. There's a coordinated effort to send a very clear message to the Russian leadership. This cannot go on. Most importantly, we are acting on the economic front, and we just adopted an unprecedented package of sanctions.
You talk about an unprecedented package of sanctions, you talk about great resolve, yet here we are, Russian missiles raining down on Ukraine, people dying, fleeing their homes, the very real prospect of a European capital falling to aggressors within days, if not hours.
This is a dark hour for Europe, clearly so. But let me be very clear, this is the sole responsibility of the Russian leadership.
Yes, but as you say, you have to act. You say this is a show of strength, and yet look at what is happening on the ground.
It is a show and a very clear message that we are determined to exercise pressure, unprecedented pressure, on the Russian regime. We adopted a package of sanctions, which is, again, unprecedented. I've never seen this in my already long life as a European diplomat. We are attacking 5 sectors, key sectors. We are hitting and hurting the heart of the Russian regime.
Yes,
we
sorry
are
to interrupt
preventing
you, but
them
you will not implement one of the key sanctions the Ukrainians are asking for, which is to remove Russia from the SWIFT banking system.
I don't think we should focus excessively on a single message. If you look at what we have done on the financial side of this package, which is a very important element of it, we are basically attacking and impacting upon 70% of the Russian banking system. We are actually preventing them from accessing to financial means to support the war effort.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you say
access to financial means.
You say let's not focus on this one measure. Ukraine's foreign minister is literally begging you to do this in really desperate terms. You know that he has said those who refuse to do this will have the blood of Ukrainians on their hands.
I think we should look at the entirety of our package, touching on key sectors of the Russian economy and key sectors for the Russian regime: energy, finance, technology, visas, transport. 5 key sectors.
But yet you know, you will have heard the Ukrainian president say, this morning we are defending our state alone, and the world's most powerful forces are watching us from afar. I wonder, when you hear that, do you feel a tinge of shame or embarrassment?
I feel a strong sense of condemnation of the action of the Russian regime, and that's where we should focus our attention. Within the G7, between the EU and NATO, with our transatlantic and Asian partners, and now at the United Nations. And I'd like to appeal to all the nations to concentrate their efforts in sending a very united and a very strong message to say this needs to stop.
Do you think it will be enough to stop Russian tanks rolling into Kyiv?
We have to do everything we can on our side. At the same time, we need to be very clear about who is to blame for this situation. And we are not blaming the Russian people. We are blaming the Russian leadership.
Ambassador, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you for hosting me.
Well, joining me now is the former Prime Minister of Finland, Alexander Stubb. Thank you very much for coming back on our program again, Mr. Stubb. I just want to put this to you. The Ukrainian president, feeling very high and dry, left by the West, and obviously, you know, the Russian troops encroaching on his capital and possibly on him personally, is saying, and said just now actually, in Russian, that he's prepared to talk about neutrality with Moscow. We've just had that confirmed. As someone who ran a neutral country, Finland, would you advise him to go down that road?
Well, perhaps a little correction. Finland is not a neutral country, and we haven't been since the Cold War. We don't belong to a military alliance, but we chose our football team when we joined the European Union on the 1st of January 1995, and are very in a deep cooperation with NATO and more NATO compatible than many NATO states.